Alright guys, so I'm going to be doing a quick video on how I like to draw my standard deviations. I've been getting a lot of requests telling me, Carlos, how do you draw your deviations? Where do you mark them from? Or how do I trade them and use them? So I'm going to be doing that in this quick video. So I'm going to clear out my chart real quick. Alright. So what I like to look for basically is just a higher time frame point of interest. It can be a fair value gap, any time frame, just a higher time frame for a value gap. For this example, we're going to be using a 15-minute for value gap. All right, so price trades into the fair value gap. We start seeing that lower time frame structure, and then we see this, right? So I like to use time frame alignment because it really does help with viewing price more clearly for me. So here, for this example, we're using this 15-minute for value gap, right? We come into it, trade away from it. Now, this is where I like to look for. I like to look for the low of this fair value gap, or the low that we pierced inside the FVG. So I like to look for the very low. This is where I start trying to anchor the fibs. So I look for the low, and I look for a short-term near high in a bullish context. So this is where I would anchor the fib like this. And pretty much what I like to look for in these deviations is -1 or -1, -1.5. I like to look for a fair value gap. So once we pierce inside that zone, like this, usually I would like to see a fair value gap right underneath it, like this, and then trade away from it for either -2 right here, or -4, which goes up here as well. But this is how I draw my deviations out, and you can do the same thing for the left side. So if we have a hourly for value gap right here, so let's go here, hourly SIBI, and price trades into it. See that lower time frame structure. What's the time frame alignment for the hourly for value gap? It's the 5-minute. So this is how I would draw my deviations out: the swing high to the swing low. And yeah, this is literally how I do it. I just look for the very high of the PDA with the line time frame, and I just draw from the swing high of it to the very short-term swing low. And what I like to look for as well as targets is seeing if there's any kind of imbalances or swing highs, swing lows that align with either of these deviations, whether it be -4 or -2.5 or -2. But that's what I like to, that's how I draw my deviations out. Another way I draw them out is using time openings. So for example, if we have the 10 a.m. open right here. So let's say we have the 10 a.m. open and price is trading below it like this. And then we come up and have that expansion higher. So I like to either draw the deviations out from the swing low to the swing high of that high that we put in based off our time opening. So 10 a.m., we're below the 10 a.m. open, swing low, swing high. Or what I like to do as well is pretty much just use the low and the opening. So this low, and if we look at our fib, we can use the opening as well right here to anticipate that larger expansion of that candle. So that's why I like to look for either the lows or the highs, or the lows to the opening. Because what you're doing is you're projecting the opening of that candle. So the opening, or let me see if I can make this more clearly. This, and then you're projecting the wick of that candle, for this instance, the 4-hour candle, and you're projecting the distribution, which is our green candle, because this is bullish. And this is pretty much how I draw deviations out. I just use the highs and lows into higher time frame PDAs, or the time openings of whatever candle you're working with. So Hope this helps. Very short, and yeah.